Hey everybody, welcome to So Many Sequels, your book club for movies. I'm Josh.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm David.
You know, if you watched the last episode we did, it was really more of a book club for TV. And that happens too sometimes. And that's fine. But this episode, we've got we're doing a grab bag special, basically is what we're going to call it, where rather than talk about just one movie we've been watching as a group, we have been all over the place this month with vacations and sickness, so we've all been watching all kinds of movies. So we're gonna do like rapid fire reviews, I think, of some new movies, some older-ish new movies, some streaming, some theaters, all that good stuff we're gonna talk about on the show today. If it's your first time here, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify or wherever you get podcasts. We would love to have you along for the ride where we talk about movies and TV and all kinds of fun, all the fun stuff every week, twice a week. Join us there. Okay, this is our first grab bag, I think, so we kind of just need to jump right on in. Let's start with, because once upon a time, we were going to do a full episode about Happy Gilmore 2, and it didn't come to fruition, so let's kick things off there with a with our just like quick rundown of Happy Gilmore 2, since we all got to see it. Garrett, what'd you think? You're the golfer of the group.
Yeah. You know what? It was better than it should have been. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Too long. Why is it 30 minutes longer than the original? That's dumb.
Because there's at least 30 minutes of the original in it.
Right. You know, it is really going to be one of those where I didn't love the first half. Once they kind of got into the action and the golf of it all, it got better. And I find it funny as a golfer, who sees a new league that's coming and trying to make golf more entertaining, and then Josh, you and I watched Wipeout. No, not Wipeout. Holy Moly for so long.
Great
and so
show.
You see these extreme things. So to see them do that, it was funny. To see people, again, I always credit Adam Sandler movies because it feels like everyone's having a good time. And I love that it shows on screen when they are having a good time. I liked it. But I don't know, man. Tighten it up 30 minutes and then come talk to me.
Yeah. I would say I feel pretty similar to that. I kind of went through a wave of it where it's honestly the first half hour at least is kind of sad. I'm like, why is Happy so sad? I mean, you know why Happy's so sad when you watch it, but it's still like, man, this is not what I wanted it to be. I don't want to see a washed up Happy Gilmore. But it comes back around, I think, once we get to Holy Moly Golf, or Maxi Golf as they call it in the movie. Yeah. But there's a ton of great callbacks that aren't just literal scene replays. That is one of my big critiques of it, is I don't need to literally watch the old movie again. But like, my favorite cameo that I'll spoil just because this movie's been out for a few weeks now is Eminem as the jackass guy's son. Great cameo. There's so many good cameos, but Eminem's was my favorite. Yeah. And then, it comes back around at the end, I think, where it's about Happy and his family, his kids, uplifting, it's funny, it's good. But yeah, not as good as it could have been, but not as bad as it probably should have been.
No.
What about you, David?
No, I had the same feeling. I was wondering at one point, why is this a clip show? Like, why is so much of this... Like, callbacks are fine, but, like, literally being like, we're just going to show the full 45 seconds or a minute and a half of this scene again. It felt weird. Like, I don't have a problem with a stupid movie. I love a good, stupid comedy. This felt like a lazy comedy at times. Like, it just did not feel like they were putting in a ton of effort. The first Happy Gilmore is silly. But I kind of feel like they were pitching ideas and they were laughing to themselves and having a good time. This felt like they were like, and then it's like this guy's son. All right, yeah, it works. We got to have a reference to that. And like, there's just so many jokes in this movie that are like, remember that guy? Well, I'm his son, but the exact same guy. So like, I don't know, like, I can't pretend that it didn't make me laugh a couple times. I got some good genuine laughs. One of my favorite callbacks was actually, like I said, spoiler alert for this few-week-old movie, but specifically it's when they were trying to get Shooter to join the team after an injury, and Happy's like, where should they go back to? And he's like, their shanties. That just cracked me up. I love the callback to go back to your shanties. It made me, and that was like a well done one versus like just showing me that sequence. So there's that. I did think it got a little further into like absurdist than the original Happy Gilmore does. Like they had that woman's grave and it was just like a lady who with air conditioner on her, and I was like, that's like airplane humor right there, Naked Gun humor. Mm-hmm. And the first Happy Gilmore is not really that so much, but like I was also just kind of like a little bit offended by the beginning because like they do something to a certain character, and I was like, well, that seemed unnecessary.
I also really hated that, but whatever.
I was like, you didn't do that. Anyway,
yeah.
But I will say, I thought the Haley Joel Osment in it was hilarious. So I'm pro more Haley Joel Osment comedies.
Yeah, he was a great kind of.
Bad Bunny.
He was a great nemesis in a way for Happy.
Would you guys letterboxed it? What was your scores? Mine was a 2.5.
I think that's what I did. I think Happy Gilmore 2 was a 2.5 for me as well.
I gave it just a 2. I didn't give it that half.
I get it.
Yep, that's what I did, 2.5. All right, next up on the list here, let me talk about one of the new movies I saw this weekend, which was, I'm gonna start with Freakier Friday. Freakier Friday is a geriatric sequel, as David likes to call them. It has been 22 years, I think, since Freaky Friday came out in 2003. I watched it too, as like a little primer to refresh myself. And man, did I forget how much of that movie I remembered. I watched it a lot as a kid, I guess, because I was like, I'm remembering lines. But man, it's a good solid comedy. Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis are both like on fire in that first movie. They're so good at playing each other. So Freakier Friday ups the stakes a little bit. Everybody's older. Lindsay Lohan's character is a single mother by choice. It is said multiple times in the movie, but doesn't say why really, just that she's a single mother by choice. And she is basically co-parenting with the Jamie Lee Curtis mother character. And the plot is very similar to the first one, just like a lot of these movies do. Lindsay's character has met someone new. She's getting ready to be married soon. Her daughter and her fiance's daughter hate each other. So, two step siblings, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, all Freaky Friday each other. So in this one, Jamie Lee Curtis has to play a teenager in an old person's body. And Lindsay Lohan plays her own daughter. And one of the girls has to play Jamie Lee Curtis in her teenage body. So it's there's a lot going on there. But Jamie Lee Curtis still on top of her game is what I would say.
Always.
She's so freaking funny in this movie. And
freaking funny.
Freakier Funny Friday. And Lindsay Lohan, dare I say, she'd be back. Maybe she'd be back. She had a big, her like return to mainstream was a Netflix Christmas movie a year or so ago, I think. And this is, I'm pretty sure, her first theatrical role in a very long time. She's funny. She hit it all. It was like she was playing that same character again, and I thought they did a great job with it. As reminiscent as it is of the first movie, I still enjoyed it. They updated it in a lot of good ways where, you know, if you guys watch Freaky Friday anytime soon, it is, I think, maybe the quintessential 2003 movie because it gets teenage culture so right. The whole soundtrack is full of like pop punk covers that fit perfect. And this movie felt like maybe it could be a good look at teenage culture in 2025. The music has changed to like Chapel Roan songs and phones and iPads and all this crap. So they've updated it in how teenagers behave now. So very good. Nice. I think it was surprisingly good. Freakier Friday gets my seal of approval.
I've never seen either one of them, just for the record.
You should watch Freaky Friday.
Listen, it's on the list of things that Garrett does need to see. I know.
Mark Harmon. He's in it. In both of them.
Wow.
Mark Harmon is in the original one. He's the new dad who's causing the problems, and in the second one, he's just grandpa.
Has there ever been a Freaky Friday with like a dad and a son?
I don't know. So the end of Freaky Friday the first hints at that, because the like little brother and the grandpa are given fortune cookies by the old lady, and then she tackles them and they don't eat them, but it's implied that it could happen.
Nice.
Yeah, recommend it. Who wants to go next from their grab bag list?
I'm going to talk about the Fantastic Four because I got a chance to see it, and you guys have already done an episode on it. So
that's true.
And we can kind of give an update because of the crash landing it's had at the box office.
Undeserving of it.
I'm a little surprised, but again, I think that this is just a self-inflicted wound. Like, people don't trust you anymore. You remember whenever it was early 2000s or mid 2000s and it was like, Marvel new movie, yes. Now it's Marvel new movie, nah.
Well, it's like week 1 and then we're out.
Oh, it's good. That's because that's the main fan base. They have I will see it probably the first week fan base, and then after that it will likely crash until it comes out on Disney Plus, because everybody's going to be like, I don't know, is it worth paying $16 to go see this in the theater? And for Fantastic Four, I say yes. I think it is. There are some scenes in there that I found really freaking incredible. And I think that this is... I haven't seen Thunderbolts, but it was so much better than Captain America. I really liked the feel and the setting that they had for it. It was a lot of fun. They need to get back to trying to do standalone things and let the crossovers be for fun. That will help. That will help. Just make a movie. Don't make a universe. Just make a movie.
Yeah, I think that was something we talked about. Is that that movie benefited from not having to be laden down with a bunch of other characters. As cool as some of the extra characters can be, and we talked about how much the other characters in Superman really felt fully rounded. Like, Marvel's been doing that for long enough now that like people are kind of like more interested, I think, in just a movie that doesn't need that. Like, just focus on these characters you got, and when they all cross over, it'll be cool. But like, don't feel like you need to like laden the whole movie down with like, oh, and this character and that character, oh, and this guy and that guy. Like, we'll get by. We'll be okay. Yeah. So
Josh,
yeah, I think so.
What did you have your rating for Freakier Friday?
Ooh.
I figured I'd give you a chance to check, but my Fantastic Four rating was also 4 stars. I don't know what you guys gave it. I haven't listened to that episode yet. But
I watched Freakier Friday yesterday as of this recording, so I hadn't actually reviewed it yet, but it is maybe 3.5. I think think in fairness, I might give it 3.75, but we can't do that.
You can.
I don't know.
I do it all the time. Right. Screw the rules.
3.75. Damn, she fine.
You know what? I've decided that if it's a 3.5 or 3.75, I give it a 3.5, and I like it. That 0.25 is the heart.
Okay, that's smart. I like that. I like that idea.
Just
3.75. It was really good. I don't know that it was better than the first, but it was worthy. So, I'm glad that you enjoyed Fantastic Four, because
me too.
Everyone that I have talked to has, except Andrew Nichols.
Yeah, I know that was an interesting take too, but. But to each their own.
To each their own, and you should go see it. But I do think probably specifically Marvel fatigue is what's happening at the box office.
Well, maybe that, and just, I don't know.
Just because Superman's doing well, and it also has great reviews. So, like, the only thing that makes sense to me is if people are truly bored with the brand. I don't know.
And it's fresh. It's a fresh reboot for DC. There's no connection. People can go in knowing, okay, I don't have to know who these 47 million different characters are with this arc. It's too hard. You've created a puzzle.
People are excited, and DC's on a new start, and maybe if Marvel gets to a new start point, they can do that same thing, grow again.
Maybe Marvel just had a legendary 20-year run, and now it's DC's turn. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. I was going to say, I did find out there is the original Freaky Friday back in 1976 did have a sequel in 1984 called The Summer Switch, in which a dad switches places with his son. So that's... Nice. That's something I just found out while we were talking about that. But anyway, What
I want to hear what you have to thought about K-pop Demon Hunters, because that's another one that Josh and I had a chance to review that you were not here for, and you watched it during this time. So what'd you think?
Guys, I really dug K-pop Demon Hunters. I thought it was
I'm a little surprised by this.
I thought it was super fun. The animation is visually very cool. The characters are fun. The performances are great. The music is just banger after banger, which I'm not like a K-pop guy, but like they were just killing it. It's in my top 3 movies at this stage, because like I look at the 3 movies, and this might be a preview for the end of the year, but I look at the movies that I currently have in my top 3: Sinners, Superman, and K-pop Demon Hunters. And the unifying thing between those 3 is how they utilize music in their storytelling. And in different ways, each of those 3 movies do that so well. At first, I just had it in like my top 5. I was like, I'll put this at 5. But the music about it just lingered. And then I found myself listening to the soundtrack on Spotify while I'm driving. And I'm like, I gotta move it up. It's a solid movie. And while there's aspects of it, I kind of hope like, there's a lot of like when you create a world that interesting, it creates a lot of questions, and I want to know the answers. So there's some things that I'm like, what about this? What about that? What about this? So I'm kind of hopeful that they do some more with it. But
K-pop Demon Hunters TV show coming to Netflix, series, I guarantee you. It's been so popular.
A sequel,
kids loved it.
Stage show I've heard Netflix is considering. Like
3 men in their 30s loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got range.
It's a lot of fun, and I found myself singing that Soda Pop song all the time. I don't know. Anyway.
We got a little ridicule on our YouTube page for that one, because Josh and I loved it. Well, listen, we gave it glowing reviews, but the fact that we landed at 3.5 and 4 stars, which I probably have bumped it up in my reflections of it too, but those are good reviews. We liked it very much.
Well, I think I'm also probably like settling on like a 4 stars, but I think that's mostly because like I just feel like there's elements they could have gone further with it. Like I think that there was just, I don't want to say wasted potential with it. I just feel like there was a few things they could have done that would have pushed it. And that's not I shouldn't hold a movie like what it could be against it, but like I'm curious for more. I think this is a great start, and I think Netflix is looking at the numbers they're getting for this and the reviews, and I think that they're probably going to do this again.
Yeah, I think so. I watched a ton of average movies, so let me just speed through those real quick and knock them out. A lot of them are available on streaming and have been out earlier. Let's see. I've got Opus on here, which has John Malkovich and Ayo Edebiri and Juliette Lewis. Ayo is she's a journalist, writer, celebrity writer. John Malkovich is a legendary pop star who is one of the greatest songwriters, basically like John Lennon, but John Malkovich. And he is having a reunion, or a first time in 30-year launch party for this song. And it's weird. I get what it was trying to do with celebrity culture, celebrity worship. Like there's a lot of there that's on your face. I just don't think it hit for me the way that it could. It's one of those, it's like, it could be good, it could not be good. For me, it was 2 stars. It didn't quite hit that average one. It's streaming on HBO Max if you want to see it, I believe.
A familiar critique that I saw about it is that it feels like it's just thematically really similar to a lot of other A24 movies that have come out recently.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a valid critique or not, but people just feel like I've seen this same thing done better.
Yeah. Another one that I watched now streaming on Peacock, I believe, is Drop. Single mother. Josh, you saw this. Single mother goes on a date for the first time and starts getting some weird airdrops during this, holding her family at home hostage, threatening to, if she doesn't do certain things and act normal. It was a really good premise. I'm not going to lie. It takes a very well-known premise, puts a modern spin on it, and I think that it's got some really good ideas. It doesn't necessarily have, the best plot points. Some of it's like, okay, if I really think about this, it's really easy to pick apart, but like, why would you? Because it was fun. And it gave me something to think about. So it looks like, for me, it feels like a movie that someone will see and it will be like, oh yeah, this, one of the movies that inspired this was Drop. It was about blah, 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 blah. So I think that it has some good legs to start. It ended up being like another 2.5 for me.
Yeah, it was 2.5 for me as well, but I still I think it's because there's so much promise in the premise to me, and I found bits of it fun. But man, imagine if as a single mother, that was your first experience back in the dating pool.
God. You know what? Her date, though, was great.
Oh, her problem wasn't the date, I guess.
Yeah.
Although it was fairly traumatizing.
Yes, it was
very If I were him, I simply would have left.
Yes.
At the many times
he was very, very patient. He was very patient.
He was.
Another movie that I watched about a psychotic relationship was Borderline. Listen, this movie's not going to be for everybody, and it absolutely was for me, though. It was weird. It's got Ray Nicholson. It's got Samara Weaving. And just those two alone, you know what you're going to get. It is... it has got people who are invested in the Babysitter franchise on Netflix, which also stars Samara Weaving, and it's a little over the top. It's really cheesy and corny. And if you're not into that, you will not like this. Ray Nicholson plays I can see how you wouldn't like it for some other triggering reasons. Ray Nicholson plays a stalker. Samara Weaving is also a pop star in the 90s, and he is a little off his rocker and breaks into her house and kind of torments them for a little while. So, but in a dark comedy kind of way. It's also got a 90s banger soundtrack. So I found it fun in an unhinged way, and I gave it 3 stars. It's also streaming on Peacock. Samara Weaving and Ray Nicholson are so good anyway as actors. Like, it's worth it just for them, I think. May not hit, but I really liked it.
On my list. No, but it's on my list because I enjoy a good Samara Weaving weird horror movie.
Yeah.
She's one of the current Scream Queens that I enjoy.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. What's anything?
I've got 2 more, but I want to take a break. You can talk about Weapons.
Oh yeah, let me talk about Weapons, because Weapons is the other new movie that came out just in the past couple weeks, and I went and saw it as a double feature with Freakier Friday. Highly recommend. Very wildly different experiences, but I enjoyed them both. Weapons is from director Zach Cregger, who brought us Barbarian. If you saw that or heard our reviews of it, you'll know that movie was cray-cray, but it was really fun. This movie also cray-cray, but very fun. So we've talked a little bit about the marketing behind it leading up to it. It's been very that kind of like old school guerrilla marketing they used to do, viral marketing. The basic premise of this movie is that one night at 2:17 a.m. in this small community, I actually can't remember the state, somewhere in the Northeast, I believe, America, 17 children from one classroom walk out of their homes in the middle of the night, disappear, never to be seen again.
Don't like.
That's the premise. I deeply don't want to go any deeper because I was a little surprised when the movie started by what it was compared to what the trailer portrayed, which is good. But that is the concept. It's got a great performance from Julia Garner, fresh off Fantastic Four as well as the Silver Surfer. She plays the teacher who teaches the class where all the kids have disappeared. So you can imagine, I don't need to spoil that much for you. People are suspicious of her. They're like, "What did you do this?" So she has a lot of that going on. Josh Brolin is in it as one of the parents of a disappeared child, also trying to figure out what the hell has happened. So a little over 2 hours. It's told in a unique way where you kind of follow characters, and that's how I'll describe that without going deeper. And it's very Barbarian.
Dang, that's both good and a bad thing.
Yeah. And we have talked about
disturbing at times.
Yeah,
visually,
looks like it.
So
we have
It looks
talked
like
about
it.
Barbarian on and off. We've never done a full episode dedicated to it, but it is.
We haven't?
No, I don't think we have.
we must have just talked about it a bunch, David.
We've talked about it
We've
so
just
much.
referenced it a lot because it's a deeply disturbing film.
Weapons into its release is sitting at a 95% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes and an 87% from audiences. So across the board, it is being enjoyed. I think it is it's going to be in my top 5 of the year, probably. It's when you take it into the horror genre, it's right up there with Sinners. Sinners and Weapons are my 2 favorite horror movies of the year, bar none.
Wow.
And
That's amazing.
for very different reasons. They're both, I don't want to compare them in that sense, but they're just this was a really enjoyable movie for me.
I'm very excited to see it. I'm very scared to see it. I don't know when I will get to see it, but this feels like one that I want to make a trip to.
You should watch it in the theater because, and the sooner the better, because it was a great crowd experience. I'll tell you what, there is a part where at the end of this part, the room was so tense, and one lady goes, Jesus, and everyone laughed. Because we were all so tense, and this woman just released.
She voiced it. It.
We all laughed at the collective tension being relieved in that way. Yeah.
Listen, there are a few times. There are a few times when it is acceptable to talk in movies, even though that's not the culture we seem to live in anymore. But a horror movie is an experience and should be with the group you're with.
And you could tell with this lady, she wasn't trying to be funny. She was just reacting to this insane thing we were watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. You need to see it. Yeah. Weapons out in theaters now. Go watch it so that we can keep making so they can keep making movies like that.
Yeah, it's been a great year for horror movies.
It has.
It has.
Next,
I've got 2 more that I can wrap up with, unless, David, do you have any?
I really don't have much else.
So the last 2 that I watched have been 2 of my favorite movies of the year, as well as I have caught up on things. I will start with One of Them Days, which is a comedy that came out very early this year with Keke Palmer and SZA. Mm-hmm. And it is on Netflix, or you can get it on Apple to rent, or wherever movies are rented these days, not Blockbuster. Listen. There's a part at the end of this movie where the 2 lead characters are taking a drink of a hot Cheeto martini.
Yes. Yes, okay.
And they give a review of it. Both of them have their own reviews. Both of what they say is exactly how I describe this movie. Like, their reviews of that hot Cheeto martini are exactly what I would give this movie. And for example, the one that I remember the most is kind of ghetto, but it's got a runway quality to it. This movie is so funny. Keke Palmer is amazing. SZA is amazing. They really have good chemistry together. And it knocked me on my side. I laughed so many times. I had to pause it. I had to back it up. It truly has been the funniest movie I've seen this year, and I highly recommend it.
Keke
Josh,
Palmer's,
you saw it too, right?
Yeah.
She's so funny, and you know what? Why? Because she does what I feel like she just does the projects that she knows. Yeah, she just does it. She's just Keke Palmer, and she's unapologetically Keke.
Yeah.
And it just carries on screen or wherever she's at, because she's so dynamic. And and so was SZA. Like, both of them.
You cannot take your eyes off of her. You cannot casually watch a movie with Keke Palmer in it, because she commands every second. She's just something about, and not like a overly dramatic way. She's just so alive in everything she does. And I've not seen the movie, but I've seen the trailer, and I was impressed just with the trailers of how funny SZA was, and some of the clips that I've seen here and there. So it is one that I'm looking forward to, and that did really well earlier this year. That was a movie that did almost 4 times its budget. So
another really great studio comedy.
Yeah,
in a genre.
So maybe maybe there is a little bit of resurgence, but you have to give it to different people. Like, people love Keke Palmer, and she is someone who's worthy of being able to star in a comedy. Some of the people who star in the comedies on Netflix, maybe they shouldn't be the stars of the comedy.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But I gave that 5 stars. I mean, even above Sinners. Even above Sinners, I gave 4.5 because this one, as a comedy, I have nothing to say. Nothing. It was excellent.
Good time.
It was very funny. I agree.
The last one that I watched was the long, ever continuing saga of David Attenborough's journey around the world. This time he took us down to the depths of the ocean and talked about so many different things. This man took you on a journey. There were moments where I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm learning so much, to, oh my God, we're all going to die. What are we doing? To, oh, look at David. He brought it back. He gave me a little hope there. He gave me a little, but wait, there's some reality that we got it. So he tells a story of the ocean in a way that connects it to everybody, because it is. Everything is connected in this world in some way, shape, or form. The ocean has an effect on this, which has an effect on this, which has an effect on me and has an effect on you. And he lays that out in a way that is very, very clear. And they also show some successful strategies that people have started to do that would not only replenish things in a certain area, but the spillover effect just from conserving this particular area of sea would create so much more for everybody.
Oh, better not do that then.
Exactly, because then they show you the big giant companies who are trying to make money off of everything. It goes back to capitalism. They have big giant ships that they drop big massive weights to the floor of wherever they're at that just crush everything in its path, knocks up dust, and then it swoops it into nets that are just like filtering it all out. They are trying to find scallops, but they're collecting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other things that then die and get pushed back over into the ocean. They're literally scraping the bottom of the ocean in certain parts of the area. That's not good. That is not good.
No.
And they have big giant factory boats that are doing all of this stuff. Listen, I am in favor of people making money, but I'm also not in favor of killing a whole bunch of stuff just because you need to find some scallops. Listen, if y'all are scraping the bottom of the barrel for some scallops, maybe we need to let the people know we ain't got none.
I don't need any.
Put it on the mark. Yeah, no.
I don't need any scallops. I prefer scalloped potatoes. And you grow those. Well,
Yes.
they don't come scalloped, but you grow the potato.
Are there tariffs on scallops?
Give it
There's
time.
tariffs on everything. Yeah. But
Man, what is that on?
It is on Disney Plus, and I would recommend that. I also gave it 5 stars because it's David Attenborough, because he does such a good job of laying it out, and because it really did give me a lot of like reaction of like, holy crap, this is what's happening. Thank you for letting me know. And again, it's not happening everywhere. It's happening in places. But if there's a company that's already dragging the bottom of the ocean near Antarctica or wherever, which they are doing, that is the first sign that we are scavenging, friends.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Just because it's not happening everywhere, it will be. That's where they're coming next.
And at home in our comfortable little places, we don't know what's going on out in the depths or far reaches of the world. So, yeah, I'm going to have to check that one out sometime. I like a good David Attenborough documentary.
Yeah.
You can read anything. Okay, well, I think that wraps up our grab bag
Wow.
episode of the week. I'm pretty.
So many.
We went through a ton of
covered a
movies.
range.
We did. Happy Gilmore 2, Fantastic Four, Borderline, Opus, Freaky Friday, Freakier Friday, Weapons, Drop. Thank God we have a list.
We didn't even get into like the movies that we watched on. Garrett, did you guys fly?
Yeah.
Did you watch
you
a movie
watch-
on the plane?
No, I read a book.
Oh, and we didn't talk about the book.
That's okay. We got
Next
so much time.
I watched on my plane ride. I watched No Country for Old Men again. And you talk about a perfect plane movie because I was so absorbed into that like all of a sudden it was like, please undo your seatbelts, and I was like, oh,
Dang.
are we here?
Very nice.
So there you go.
All right. Well, let us know what you've been watching this summer. Go find us online, somanysequels.com. You can find links to our social media accounts there. We'd love to hear from you. Or comment on the video on YouTube or Spotify. Both offer commenting abilities. We would love to hear your comments. If you've liked any of these movies, disliked any of these movies, or have other movies that we need to check out, we'd love to hear that. So, again, just hit us up in the comments. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. We've got a Discord. We'd love to have you there too. Again, just go to our website. All the fun stuff is there. So we will see you guys very soon with more movie talk. Movies. The movies never stop. Hopefully. That's the goal. So we'll see you next time. Bye.